Okay, so little insight to what we do at home. We spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos of people, street food, regional food, and regional snacks. And just yesterday, I picked up some regional snacks just because, as a farce for us. Okay? First, Humpty Dumpty is, we don't see it as often anymore here in Canada. That was also interesting because my wife mentioned that it's now the same company as Old Dutch. They used to be a different company, so who knows. Definitely tastes like Humpty Dumpty always did. It's got a different flavor, almost like maybe like a natural styrofoam. Yeah, it's weird. But, yeah, it's weird. And the cheese isn't that strong. But anyway, long story short. So it's like trying a snack, but we're also going to share like a review and maybe give you a tip of one of the best cheeses on the market. So everyone knows the cheetah, the big cat that advertises Cheetos, cheesy, poofy things. Everyone's tried those. Meh, they're pretty good. The Humpty Dumpty, like I said, not bad. I mean, arguably, maybe better than some Cheetos. But they may be regional. Better than Canadian Cheetos. But still taste kind of like a natural styrofoam, whatever that might be. Not there. Okay? Now, what we wanted to share... Well, here, let's do the on-air test. Right? Just like the YouTubes. It's like, ooh, nice. Hey, we're going to try some Canadian Cheetos. These are cheesy poofs from Canada. Humpty Dumpty, now the same company as Old Dutch. As I said, I have no idea if that means we're trying both Old Dutch and Humpty Dumpty at the exact same time. Some kind of what would you call that? Inception Cheeto magic. Yeah, there's no magic here. Let's try again. So again, some sort of weird Humpty Dumpty, Old Dutch matchup, cheesy poof. They say cheese sticks. Like, did no one tell them that doesn't sound appetizing? Hey, you want some cheese sticks? Not really, right? And it's even worse because in French it says bâtonnette au fromage. So essentially that translates like little sticks of cheese, insinuating that it's made of cheese, but it also might insinuate that it's just the essence of cheese. But neither here nor there. Let's give this a taste test. It kind of smells almost the same. That's what's weird about these cheesy poofs, the Cheeto poofs, the cheese poofs. They all tend to smell almost the same. Oishi. Yeah. It's not bad. Because initially, the texture is a little soft compared to some. I will say that Cheetos, their texture is a little firm. A little too hard. I mean, you almost have to crunch. It's supposed to be a poof, not a crunch. Because there's a whole nother product by the Cheeto guy called Crunch It's, and they're awesome. That's a whole nother review, because that's a whole separate thing. Oh, and there are different products within that same specter. Spectre. Well, whatever. It's scary all the same. Okay. When you think about what they're made of, that's what the specter is here. They taste good, but you don't want to know what's in them. So anyways, the Humpty Dumpty smells pretty good. Texture's a little weird. It's got a flavor that's all right. Like the after flavor is pretty good.
Yeah, no aftertaste, no bad.
Well, but there is that artificial styrofoam. Now that comes on after you initially chew it. If you get past that styrofoam flavor, it has kind of a nice aftertaste, a lingering flavor to it. I would say Cheetos has like a chemical lingering flavor, yeah. Now don't misunderstand. The texture of the Cheeto it's not it's not different or weird, as I said, in a negative way. It's just much different to all the other Cheetos on the market. Almost, almost distinctive. Like, say if you were to take someone who has no sense of taste, they could try all the Cheetos and they could probably tell the Humpty Dumpty one just from the texture, if you get me. Uh-huh. I've talked about this before. A little bit of training in sommelier, in picking out flavors. I always found it funny because when they train you how to pick out flavors in wine, you're picking out what you'd expect: pears and spices, apricots and flowers. But there's also things like sweaty leather and tobacco. I always got a kick out of that. Like, if you're tasting that in your wine, there's something wrong. Right? Anyways, so that is the Humpty Dump. Humpty Dump, not bad. Arguably better than the Cheetos in Canada. All right. There are other products. They're not all made the same. You gotta wonder sometimes. Right, be careful with that orange there. I think it's a carcinogen. Right? So as long as it's on your fingers, you're fine. But if you get it anywhere else, yeah, it's a melanoma waiting to happen. That being said, in Canada, we have what we used to call no-name brands, right? Off brands. Pretty much every grocery store has its off brand, and a lot of them have their cheesy poofs. So the corner stores sometimes now, even the dollar store. This is why I grabbed this one, because we haven't seen Humpty Dumpty cheesy poofs in so long. But really, as an aside, can I just say, is there anybody on this planet that has within them the ability to do 10 minutes on a cheesy poof review? No, just this guy, nobody else. Anyways, back to the review. Every grocery store in Canada has their own off-brand type thing, and most of them have a cheesy poof. Now, I gotta tell you, I'm fat, as you can well see, so I think that's my resume, right? I know a cheesy poof when I taste one. I'm a crunch it expert, and if anybody remembers, I remember, and honestly, I really wish I could. Yeah, I need to pour one out for all our lost homies, because Cheetos Paws, now they were my bag, bruv. Oh, I adored them. But neither here nor there. It's part of my resume here. I'm an expert, or at least, yeah. You have to find yourself some selection cheese sticks. Again, batonetto fromage. So you need yourself a stick, likely designed for beating people with. I don't understand that. A batonette, you know. You ever heard that joke? You know, a policeman's nightstick. Are they allowed to beat you in the day with that, or is that only a nighttime thing? Now, this is a joke that's over 30 years old. My buddy who passed away, his name was Mark Samuel. God rest his soul. It was his joke. Hilarious, considering he came up with that joke over 30 years ago, and it's very apropos today. Are you listening there, buddy? So, on that note, he loved cheesy poofs himself, but neither here nor there. Cheese sticks. Batonetto fromage. My favorite. Our favorite. Food Basics? Yeah. We get them from Food Basics. Selection's their off-brand. You'd think, God, it's like they didn't even put any effort into the name. It's like, hey, man, it's a selection. Yeah, but what kind of selection? A good one? A bad one? Like, come on. But neither here nor there. They knocked it out of the park on this one. Now, I also want to point out, these bags are monstrous. Okay? Monstrous. And they are, well, I mean, they're the weight they say. I mean, what do you talk about full? Come on. There's still a bunch of air in them. Smart enough. Come on. They're still trying to screw you. Like, look at the size of the bag. And they only have less than 300 grams in there. Come on. You can fit 15 pounds of cheese sticks in here. Come on. But anyways, neither here nor there. You got to try them. They're fantastic. They're the best cheese sticks on the market in Canada. Again, this is a regional snack review. And of course, the initial review was Humpty Dumpty. Well, some provinces might not be the same. Yes, my wife's right. Let me put a proviso. This is Ontario. And in Canada, each province is like its own little fiefdom. So Humpty Dumpty may not exist in another province, and Humpty Dumpty may not be the same in another province. Same being said for selection. These very well may be made in Ontario. They may not be. Neither here nor there. The wife is right. I must say, these are cheese sticks, bâtonnette au fromage, that come from Ontario. Il vient de Ontario. J'adore ça, que c'est la même en les deux langues. I love how it's the same in both languages. Right? I'm talking about the Ontario and the Ontario. Ontario. You really got to push it or you don't hear it. Right? It sounds like Ontario. Ontario. It's terrible, and it's Ontario. It's on terrible. On terrible. On terrible. It sounds better in French. Neither here nor there. One of the highlights of living in the nightmare that is called Ontario is the cheese sticks. Les bâtonnettes au fromage from Selection. Food Basics. Right? So, on that, I will attempt to leave you as a right-handed person covered in the trying to end this recording gracefully without screwing up my mouse.